How do you say research in the Anishinaabe language? How do you say research in the Ho-Chunk language, in the Meskwaki language? How do you say it?
It all began with culture and like the sacredness of it and how it should fully be respected within this process.
We need good, solid research, both qualitative and quantitative, that's in our own way with respect to our cultures and practices.
We have a recipe that was given by the Creator. He told us exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and we know all that.
Many people have been meeting to develop what we know as Native Youth Alliance today since 2008.
Since the beginning of our work, this idea around research and Native youth has kept coming up over and over and over again. So to be here, standing here in 2015, actually bringing people together to give their thoughts and their energy, it's kind of like a dream. Sometimes I kind of have to pinch myself.
There isn't very much research about us, and certainly not a lot of research done by us and for us. We need to shift this research around into strength-based, asset-based resiliency.
If we do research in a different way, we can stop admiring the problem and start actually identifying solutions from within the community.
What we're proposing is that us as Indigenous people, we form an Indigenous Youth Research and Development Center that's unique, that's distinct, that's independent, but that works cooperatively with all other existing youth research centers.
I really like this research development idea because I learned all these leadership skills.
When we were younger, we wanted to learn about other Indian nations, those even were surrounding us. We couldn't find it in any history books or there was no place we could go to, or if we want to do research. So that's why it's so important, is because there is no place really like that, and we need to, for us, we need to provide that for our youth.
So one of the things that we should be doing is thinking about systems change, how we build that capacity to access the resources that are currently available, but at the same time think about how do we over time encourage funders and policymakers to think about asking different research questions that are more relevant and meaningful to our people.
And is it community-based versus community-owned?
Especially when it comes to grants, where the money goes, and we can figure that out as a community instead of having people do that for us and not knowing what our needs are.
Reclaiming us as the researchers, and I think that's really important also because I think to truly know what you're talking about, you should be a part of it rather than just observing it.
A key thing that we'd like to see and that we think is groundbreaking is the young people themselves conducting the research with adults and not with adults only doing research about young people.
But that would, that calls on young people to take a really significant leadership role in this initiative. But they're prepared, and all we have to do is tell them how.
We wouldn't just be impacting our own communities, we could be impacting people around the world.
And once all that comes together, Native youth and just Natives in general will arise and not embrace the stereotypes and eventually get rid of them, just become a wholer people and a wholer community.
One step to moving forward as a community is to be connected, to create sustainability for the future so that this is something that we can have for a lifetime.
And it'll take time to do, but every great journey starts with the first step.